Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I want to explain about review journal. And the member of group is number 1 Endang Lestari, and then Eva Angraini, Harismatul Hasanah, Malinda puji saputri, siti chotimatul asfiyah, dan zumrotul alvi. The title of the journal is Commitment, Community, and Briefly the core activities in endorsing speaking skill by English Camp program. Okay, the review journal is first presented by Eva Angraini, the second by Malinda puji saputri, and the third presented by harismatul hasanah, and then siti chotimatul asfiyah, and then zumrotul alvi, and Endang lestari rahayu.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will presentation about introduction. The teaching and learning process in formal situation is the usual activity of university student. In case of learning English as the second language, a learner should use some strategies. The motivation itself does not appear apparently without any intervention of other factor. Their willingness is then educated by means of exercise. The learner should have a high motivation to communicate and have a positive attitude to the target language. Communicative competence relates to communicative language proficiency. That is the most important thing in language practice. Communicative language proficiency at least has two parts of language divisions: language knowledge and language strategies. In implant skills intervened in practicing of English speaking.
I will continue from Eva. The next slide is a method. The researcher used a case study design that is based on the assumption that the case is being studied. This case can provide insight into event and situation. The researchers explored the place where the case was taken. Data is collected through interview and observation. Data is about the progress of student speaking skill, especially in the categories of accuracy and fluency. Okay, the next slide is the result and discussion. Articulation thread is clear. Students show a good speaker by starting and finishing a conversation well. Some students usually use commonly used language. Researchers find it in observation of simple conversation. The example is this slide you can see and you can read. Okay, in this conversation, the conversation about show that they will take the conversation above show that the take about some Sunday's food for breakfast. Clear articulation show that speaker 1 and speaker 2 can understand the speaker goals. Each speaker can express opinion clearly and pointedly, but there are some words that are quite right.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Now I will explain about phonological and grammatical competence. In phonological competence, the student had practiced an English conversation promptly. They imitate the sound, vocal, and consonant as they got from their instructor. The influence of Southern language as a source language was difficult to be omitted. Moreover, the big problem of Sundays people was how to differ from F, P, and V. They took many times to exercise the better phonological differently and distinctly. The following table figure the exercise relating to phonological competence. For example, the difficult word for practice vacation: fly, play, and fail; funny, pardon, and vegetable; forget, peace, and violin. The three important competence related his capacity as the instructor, balance, the feeling and emotion, and how to act speaking. The students are led to understand the grammar without a bond in communication. For the first time, the students found difficult to combine between grammar competence and conversation skill. They got lots of practice of grammar while speaking. If one simple present tense was the last one. Okay, thank you.
Let's continue the review journal about commitment, community, and working. The case activities in European speaking skill by English grammar. Okay, before I will explain about fluent explaining and natural language, do you understand about the review journal before it? Okay, I think you are smart. Okay, let's go. In this research, some finding that the students speaking skill based on fully and natural language is when practicing without scandal. They can find relaxation. Sometimes they still use mixed language between Indonesian and English. English camp program can credit the students to practice more and more without getting a strict regulation. In speaking, they were easy to express or deliver into language communication. They were free to practice without considering substances and structure. The researchers find a good achievement of English speaking skill from the English camp program. The student of mathematics education indicates the progressiveness in speaking skill. They have joined the English camp program for conducted sharpen skill in the samples. Okay, for example, the discussion started in three sections. Have the discussion about grammar in the morning and presentation twice in the afternoon and evening, it's so on. The experience of students learning in English determine what will choose in program. They can choose basic grammar, speaking, reading, TOEFL, and all related with the English competence. English camp program is chosen by students who do not have any satisfaction in achieving English math at university. It has been an alternative study to overcome the difficulty in English, either grammar and speaking. This program is conducted by the learning-based community. The vision of English camp program for the students have the some time and place, opportunities to speak, topic to practice, and ways to be good in English speaking. The step by step start to combine the grammar and speaking competence. That's why English camp program can give more satisfaction of the student. Okay?
The commitment of ECP or English Camp Program. The students of ECP formerly do not accustomed to live together in same place for more than one day. ECP was carried out in 1 week. They live in the same house to study together and make the same commitment in increasing English speaking skill and share one another to make progress. One of the students' learning experience is the same vision. This is only to increase speaking skill and grammar as the basis understanding to support the speaking practice. There are 10 boys and 10 girls who join this program. One vision in this case is the same as a commitment. A commitment means that how the students can lead their learning as good as possible. They determine their target in speaking skills by sharing one another. It is accordance with the learning conception and learning orientation, personal goals, intentions, motives, expectation, attitudes, concern, and doubts with regard to their studies. They have only one purpose in this program, being a good speaker in English. They support one another. They have a high responsibility to get a good English speaking skills together.
Community. In the study fund English camp program, activities that make a difference between close relationships such as family, Christian community is partnership. The process of practicing, talking, discussion, presenting is done with partner. The trick or strategy is to share and accept vocabulary in several discussion and presentation. Next, bravery. The finding in English camp program was bravery. Attitude bravery was a bridging between commitment and community. It was more difficult to figure out how the two keys, commitment and community, went together. English camp program parts the student being confident to speak. The difficult performance of student in speaking was how to start. English camp program led the student to be brave. Many factors had influenced to the student better in speaking, namely many occasions to practice. Interesting topic and every time correction. And next, the conclusion about the journal. English camp program can train student ability to speak. There are several keys that can train student in speaking: commitment, community, and courage. These things are important for students to show that students can speak English well and correctly practice principles to create natural situation in English practice. Difficulty in speaking English stems from a false perception of learning goal that English language provides strong language regulation. English camp program activities train articulation and turn their ideas into language practice. Okay, that's all for us. If there are any mistake, we apologize. Thank you for your attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.